Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, everybody that has been watching my videos. I've been out of commission for a while because there's nothing to tell. I do have an attorney, and I just spoke to her yesterday by phone because it's the times, like me wearing the mask, I'm not hiding. If you see my videos, my name is Ella Scott, that's what I'm known as, but my real name is R.E.E. Edwards. I'm the one that's living in the slum landlord conditions. You see my apartment. You see the new people that's going to take over Williamsburg on January, I wish it was July, January 22nd. And you're also seeing on January 8th that a reporter, the little troll that come here and question me about why the boxes, why you have to have a witness. You should have a witness because I done had dirty dealings with Williamsburg Housing Management. Well, I was born and raised in Williamsburg. Mother died because of their negligence. Wanted me out. I know it's market rent, number one, but number two is I know the truth of how she died. Put her in a filthy apartment, and it began her odyssey of being sick. She did come in this apartment where she died at, so that's 3 moves. So they do move people, because that's the rules of NYCHA. If it's a problem with the apartment or roofing problems, if you live on the top floor, which we both did, me and my mom, then you're supposed to be placed in another apartment. And she was placed in a filthy apartment. And she got sick. She did get better coming in this apartment where I'm at now, that I had to fight for in court because they tried to evict me they said that about they didn't know I existed, which they lied. They lost the paper with my name on the lease and all of that. But all of that is a story for another time. But I did win the right to stay here. It's called succession rights. A lot of people was being kicked out for that reason. Military people, veterans that took care of their sick parents, gave up everything, and then there's supposed to have been an agreement that if something should happen, that the people should be, that the people that take care of their sick relatives, whoever it be, take over the apartment. But there was a rash of people being kicked out, going back and forth to court. NYCHA was going back and forth to court all the time, and they still is going on because they're not doing the right thing, especially Williamsburg NYCHA. And like I said, Williamsburg NYCHA has been around since 1934, and it wasn't called NYCHA. It was Williamsburg Housing. It was just housing for low-income people, and it was mostly immigrants, 3rd and 4th generation immigrants, whether it be Irish, Greek, Italian, Jewish, whatever. And then there were blacks, and then there was the Hispanics and Asian. It was a good place to live. It was a safe place to live, and then it all changed. Like any good thing, it all just disappeared. So anyway, the principle of the thing is my mother died under lousy conditions. She did get emergency surgery, and thus the surgeon said, I'm not an environmentalist. Get an environmental person. Check out the apartment. And she did. Private environmental people said there's mold due to water damage, due to poor roofing. And that's the reason why my mother left, because of the roofing problems. That's that was supposed to have been a problem back in the 90s. And then whatever they did with the roof, and it made matters worse. They said it was leaking. Well, the leaking is even worse. Go through the walls burst open. You saw the case of my apartment, and then there's mold and everything. So I'm not going to go through all of that. You know my anthology. And as I said, I'm Ella Scott on YouTube, but I'm really Reed Edwards. I'm American Indian, Cherokee, West Indian Black. My father's from West Indian Islands and part Irish. So what I'm saying is that this is the way it is. Today is my mother's birthday. She would have been around 93, 94 if she had lived. And she was 2 years short of her 90th birthday. If she had lived and everything, she would have been 90. If she was lived in under good conditions, she had her health. But then there was no such thing. And I'm bitter about it that she left me here with this crap that I inherited. Never really liked this place. Most of my friends was outside of this project. It was like over there where the Italians the Asians, the Russians, and all of that, and Black Dominicans that served in the military. These are the people that's been on my side all the time. And me growing up, I could always escape over there on that side where there's homes. And not much homes now, because a lot of my friends that left, their businesses went out of business because the same contractors and developers that's taken over Williamsburg, they also taken over there. People that's been living in those homes 40, 50, 60 years, where they going to go? Money is not everything. And so they saying a win for me is a win for them, so to speak, metaphorically speaking. I haven't had my second cup of coffee yet. And I had to go out and put out the garbage just now because, and it is February 3rd after 6 o'clock. And we had a major snowstorm, and it's just finishing now since Sunday night on to today, from January 31st, 2021 until now, February 3rd, 2021. So I'm holding up okay. I just haven't been able to talk because there's nothing to give you. The toilet hasn't been unclogged, and I told you about the toilet on my other videos if you look back at it. January 8th, when the reporter is here, and I reported it to 311, very much aware, I reported it twice to 311, that time and another time. January 22nd, when the higher up from HPD come and said, and you saw the video, he was shocked that anybody can live under those conditions and still look good and have their faculties, you know, like very alert, very sharp. I'm going to always be like that because I'm West Indian. What part West Indian, what can I say, and everything. Plus, my mother had an IQ 165. She had, until she got messed up due to negligence, due to nitrous negligence. So the apple falls not far. No, I'm not that smart. I just have common sense. Southern Cherokee common sense, along with the West Indian. So, yes, I have to keep myself ever present because I try to go out. I try to get as much air as I can, and I'm being prevented from going to physical therapies because I'm afraid that they might try to do something and say, oh, we had to get in the apartment because we got to do repairs. They still playing that game because they know that they're wrong for me living in these conditions. And I hate it when people say, well, you're black. They want you out. You're black. Excuse me. I know I'm black, but my Czechoslovakian friend and a doctor and other people said, you may be black, but I can see the porphyry. I can see you got blonde streaks because you spawned strawberry blonde hair. That's your Irish. I can see some high cheekbones in your eyes. Native American. I could see that. You look like your grandmother. I said my grandmother was beautiful, but my grandmother was mostly Cherokee with hair down her back, and my hair is like here now. But I keep it up because of the pandemic. I don't want to be washing my hair every day that I go out and everything. And then it takes me like a half an hour to comb it and everything because I want to detangle it. But be as it may, they say you're mixed race. Yes, to society you're black, but you're mixed race. What's this chick's problem? This is my white friend saying that. I said, anyway, and I love this person. She's part of the family, but she said, well, I'm glad I'm not on their radar. I'm federal. They're not going to bother me. Oh, they're bothering her too. They may not get her federally. This is a family member that's been around here a long time. They may not bother her, you know, legally. And I don't know about that federal bullshit because I was born under federal too. It doesn't mean nothing. If they sold this place in the early 70s, which I've been knowing about because my mother was ever present about that, sold Williamsburg to the city, and that's why it's a dump and been a dump for a while. And now new people are going to take over between April and now it's July. They pushed back that they're going to take over this place. So you don't have, and if it's private, there's no protection. It has to be they want you here. If it's private development, it's either you want to be, they want you here or they don't want you here. It's just crazy. I know it sounds all crazy. It is. And I'm tired of people saying, you're black, they want you out. And then this whole building is condemned. My Spanish neighbor said everybody has to go. So I'm the donkey, I'm the jackass. I told her I'm the jackass and the donkey. I didn't know this. I was wondering why people was moving their furniture, doing all this fixing and stuff since 2018. So they've been knowing that they're going to have to move soon. And I'm the one that they didn't tell it to, because they meant for me to be gone from the neighborhood. One of my friends that's autistic, and his father was a white doctor, his mother was African American, that's older than me. He said, you should stay here because you belong here, and not because you're mixed race like me and everything. He could pass for white, I can't. But he said that they want to put you in, this is middle class poor, and this is too good for both of us. He said they want you to put it in a poor neighborhood. I laughed. I said, that sounds like bullshit. But it's true. They want me to put me in a predominantly, you know, and they shouldn't be economically depressed there. This is what I mean about the system. We'll talk about this another time, but the system is why people are dying of this virus, because of no preventive measures on the reservation and in the inner city. And then whatever's happened here is happening in the reservation and much worse. And I'm going to keep talking about it since I'm part Cherokee. And then the second thing is that the housing business, they don't want it for low income. They got the system so that not only you're dependent on them, but when they want to kick you off and kick you in the street, they do. They're not really helping the people. And then the people that are disabled, mentally challenged, they just want us out. And they want this all pristine and upper class and all of that. Even the poor whites, they want out. Those are my friends over there away from this project at Graham Avenue. I'm on Morger at Graham Avenue, because that's why they say it's fight. A win for me would be a win for them, if that makes sense. So that's why I go over there. And they're the ones that's going to protest again, if necessary, about me staying here and having a new apartment. So no, the toilet hasn't been fixed. They call themselves punishing me for having all this exposure. And thank you, YouTube. The troll reporter that didn't want to repress the information because they don't want to embarrass them, thank them too. That local news. Number 3, me having a lawyer. And number 4, that the guy said on the video, the new guy that's going to take over this place and be the project manager, said that I would move you today, but I can't. My hands is tied. You're still under NYCHA. And he even told my lawyer that it wasn't fair, even though he doesn't know me. But my lawyer told him enough that he was horrified. And then he said he saw the horrific conditions. So it's nothing he could do. He's not in this crap. He's not responsible for my mother's death and trying to evict me, which I won the case to stay here, and want me to die under these conditions, but I'm still alive. So it's nothing really to tell. It's just that it's depressing. Today's my mother's 93rd, 94th birthday. It's just very depressing, but my friends say you look good. I don't know why they say that, because I'm half eating. I'm not getting the proper nutrition, but I try to keep myself ever present. So anyway, thank you very much. It's nothing really to tell. I'm still waiting. We had a conference yesterday, me and the lawyer. And then there's a nasty lawyer they hired. That's what my lawyer told me. I said, oh boy, oh wow. You know, it's like, it's a gift that keeps on giving. But I'm not scared of a nasty lawyer, because I've been against a nasty lawyer and I won. And I'm going to win this one too. They're going to compensate me for my mother's death and the harassment for 5 years. They know that they were wrong about this building. This building always had leaks and had problems, but they wanted to make it, instead of standing up and owning it, they want to blame me, the only Native American, West Indian, Black, and Irish in this building. They want to blame me for all the troubles and make me the troublemaker. That's why they're going to compensate me for that, for the harassment, the anxiety, the post-traumatic stress of seeing my mother deteriorate and die, and all of that for 5 years. They owe me that, and plus I am going to stay here. Whether I stay here in this project or not, I'll be in the neighborhood. And courtesy to them, they probably will pay for a new apartment, one of those new monstrosities that they move out my Italian friends and stuff of those buildings. Maybe I'll get that and everything. But be as it may, I still want to try to stay here until I'm ready to go. I'll talk to you soon. Today is February 3rd, my mother's birthday, and it's 6:30. Take care.